Hey, Team Bombdiggity. It's been a while since I've gone live, but I had a couple things that I want to share with you guys. I'm going to wait a couple minutes, see if anybody hops on. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? No, we're about to go to the property, so Brian's just packing up the last of our things. And sorry, I'm just looking. Say, like, drop an emoji or something if you guys can hear me, okay? My Wi-Fi is kind of spotty, so I want to make sure. Okay. So I titled this Secret Sauce Equals Success or something like that. And I want to talk to you guys. Am I on the team page? Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. Do you guys know how many times I've gone live on my real page and I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing. Anyways, okay. So, and you guys always hear, like a million times, at least I have personally heard, like, there's no secret sauce, right? You can be successful in this business. There's no secret sauce. Well, I'm going to tell you that there is a secret sauce, and I'm going to explain. So there's 3 things that go into this secret sauce in order to be successful in this business. The first one is consistency. The second one, now I'm like, I just had this amazing, like, what's the word? Analogy that was going to blow your guys' mind. And now I'm like having massive mommy brain and just like, pfft. Anyway, so the first one is consistency. The second one is mindset. And give me a second to think of the third one. Hold on. Because I'm just like totally losing my train of thought. You know what? I'll come back to that. But the first one is consistency and the second one is mindset. If you have those 2 things. Oh, the third one. Goodness, guys. Okay, bear with me. The third one is taking quitting off the table. Taking it off the table. No matter what, you will not quit. If you take that off the table, that is the secret sauce in this business to be successful. You will, no matter what, be successful if you're consistent, if you take quitting off the table, and you decide that you're going to do this, okay? So I have a lot of people come to me all the time. I have a lot of people come to me all the time and say, you know, I gave this a fair shot. It's just not really working for me. And my first question is normally like, okay, what's your version of a fair shot? What did you do to be successful in this business? 9 times out of 10, what I hear is I made a couple posts and I'm not getting any bites. Now, I have had people join my business from a post. I have had people join my business or sign up as a loyal customer from a post. Very rarely does that happen. And normally the ones that join me from a post are the ones that have been watching my posts for months and years, okay? So they didn't just decide one day that they're going to, you know, oh my gosh, I saw that post and I'm going to join her because she made one post today. That's not what happens. So if you're not consistent with your posting, then no one's going to be able to join. If you quit before you truly are consistent in your business, then those people that started watching you, you just proved them right. You just proved them right that you stopped posting, you quit your business, and they were watching you and they were like, I want to see if this girl really goes far with this. I want to see if people are really going to be successful with this. And if you make 2 posts and say this just isn't working out for me, you just prove them right. You have to take quitting off the table. When you take quitting off the table, what that does for your business is automatically instills that you're going to be consistent with it, right? Because you have to be consistent because you're not quitting. You took it off the table. So let me give you an example of something. Because this is another one that I hear, not just the posting, but another one that I hear is that, you know, okay, hold on, because I had an analogy that I was going to use, and it's perfect for this, but I didn't know if I wanted to start with it, but I will. Okay, so let's say that your boss, you're working at a normal 9-to-5 job, and your boss comes in and is like, hey, I need you to do this Excel spreadsheet for me by the end of the day. I need you to put all this data in here. I need you to make it look nice, do this, and email it to me by the end of the day. This might be a really bad example if everybody knows how to use Excel, but I'm just going to be honest. I am terrible with Excel. Okay, so let's just use this as an example. So let's say and it's like your first day, right, at the job, and your boss is like, this is all you have to do in order for you to be successful. By the end of the day, you need to turn this in. If you don't know how to use Excel, you're panicking, right? Because you're like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to like do this and put in this, everything that he wants me to do, and then send it off to him? I really need this job. I want this job, but I don't know how to use Excel. What are you going to do when he leaves the office? You're going to Google how to use Excel in this format. You're going to decide right then and there that you're going to get it done, because otherwise it's going to disappoint your boss, right? And you're getting paid to do this. So you need to figure out how to use Excel. So you start learning how to do it. You start watching tutorials, you start watching videos so that you can figure this out. And you know what? By the end of the day, you'll have it figured out, because Excel is pretty simple, right? It's super simple. You're probably laughing at me if you know how to use Excel, because you're like, really, Rochelle, that's your example? But listen, if that's what you do when you're getting paid, whoops, low battery. Okay. If that's what you do when you're getting paid, and like to make sure that you do not let someone down, why did you give up so easily and let yourself down? Why, if you don't know what a host-a-post is, and you see it in the team page, and you see all of your peers and your teammates and everybody talking about what a host-a-post, why instead do you give up and be like, you know what, well, I don't really understand them. So instead, I'm not going to do them, and I'm not going to be successful with this business because I don't understand it. Instead, why aren't you pouring into what the heck is a host-a-post? Everybody is signing loyal customers. Everybody is doing so well. What is even happening? I'll fix it later. Everybody is doing so well, yet I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to do it. Why do you do that? Just because you're not being paid by the hour? Is that why? Because the way that I see it is that you're just giving up on yourself. You're just giving up so easily because you don't understand it, instead of actually going and doing the research and figuring out how to watch a 15-minute or an hour-long training to figure it out and how you can be successful in this. You're too quick to give up. You're too quick to give up on yourself. So it goes back to this secret sauce of, you have to take quitting off the table. This business is not a business that's going to make you money overnight. I think you've already probably figured that out, right? Because a lot of the times people join, right? Probably some of you, a lot of you with the $20 deal, probably had so many people join your team because they were ready to make some extra money, right? So they join your team, and then like 3 days later, they're like, I'm not making any money. Okay, wait, but you're the same person that was telling me that this might be a scam. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to join for the $99, but when it became $20, you decided to give it a shot. But because you didn't make money in your first week, you think that this is crap. But really, that would be a scam. If you started making money in your first week, that would be a scam, right? Because, and not that you can't make money in your first week, because you can, but this is my point of just like staying consistent with your business. People don't understand that you're not going to make money overnight. Now, you can make great money within your first month. You can, but you have to take quitting off the table right away. And when I did this for my business, when I stopped going like, I don't know if this is for me, I don't know if I'm going to make it work, but I'm just going to keep going a little bit. I'm just going to like try this and try that and try to stay as consistent as possible. But I wasn't working it like a job. I wasn't working my business like a job. And this is what I want you guys to understand. If you think that you don't have time to work this business, you have another thing coming. Because let me tell you something. When I first started, I had no time. I had no time whatsoever. But what's funny is I'm busier now that I'm not working than I was when I was working. I'm 10 times busier. And you know what's so crazy to me is like, I have to stay more disciplined now than I did when I had a job. Because when I had a job, I would come home and I'd be like, you know what? I have to work my business. I have to work my business. I have to work my business. It was the only thing I thought about. But now that I don't have a job and I have the freedom to go do the things that me and Brian want to do with our daughter and all these things, I have to stay more disciplined to make sure that all of this stays here. That I still have this freedom, that I can't miss a day without working my business like a job. So for those of you that are like, I'm too busy, I have 2 kids, I have 2 jobs, I need to cook dinner, I need to do this, I need to do that, all these things that you have, those are real things, and those are things that you have to do right now. But if you start deciding to work this business as a job, you will not have any of those things to do a lot faster than you would if you just kind of dip your toe in it. If you're just dipping your toe in, you're not going to see the fruits of this business. You're not going to see your business take off. When you decide to not quit, and when you decide that you're going to do whatever it takes and work this business like a job, then if you have 20 minutes every single day, if you get up 20 minutes before every single day, or stay up late 20 minutes before, but you work it like you're getting paid, you will be successful. I promise you that, but you have to do it every single day. You guys, there are times where I forget to post during the day. Like, I'll just forget to put up a post. You know why? Because I'm so busy with host-a-posts and talking to my team and making sure that I take 20 to 2 hours a day. Like, I do like 2 hours a day of my business, but I break it up. So like when Huntley takes a nap for an hour, I'm doing a power hour. I'm working my business. I wake up 20 minutes early. I do all my self-development. I stay up a little bit later to make sure that I get out all my host-a-post messages for the next day. So I'll send out all my host-a-post messages, you guys, and then I go to bed. And the next day, I have all these messages that's like, yeah, what's your question? And then now I can ask them to put up a host-a-post, and now I start my day with a bunch of host-a-posts. So you're not automatically like, oh, I need to get all these messages out so that I can do the host-a-posts and things like that. If you're consistent with your business and you are, income producing. If you're doing income producing activities, then you will be successful. If you're just scrolling Facebook, liking and working on posts, you guys, this is the number one thing that I did not know when I started this business. If you spend more than 5 minutes on putting up a post, you're doing it wrong. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but you're doing it wrong. Posting is not income producing. You're not getting money from making a post. That's not how this business works. So do not, and I repeat, do not spend that much time on posting. And if you're having a hard time and you're like blocked and you just can't make a post, don't make a post right now. Don't make a post right now. Instead, spend that 5 to 15 minutes that you were going to spend on that post and send out, hey girl, I have a question for you, to 50 people, because it only takes 5 minutes to do it. A lot of people don't realize that only sending out 50 messages only takes 5 minutes. Okay. So not only that, but I also have people will come to me and be like, Rochelle, I don't have all day to respond to these people. Like, I get behind. I can't do it. Here's the thing. We all have lives. We all have lives. But if you don't do it, how do I explain this? People are not sitting there when you say, hey, I have a question, and they respond and you don't respond to them until the next morning. They're not like losing sleep. They're not like, what is her question? I need to know it right now. Like, hello, why haven't you responded to me? Just don't open the message, because they can see that you haven't read it, right? So don't not do your job just because you're afraid that you can't respond to them right away. You have a life. So do they. You're not the first thing on their mind. So don't panic if you can't respond to them if you sent that message out at 8 a.m. and you can't respond to them until 9 p.m., that's okay. You have a life. Okay? They understand that. And if they don't understand it, then they're not worth your time. Like, that sounds awful, but it's true. Like, you have a life too, and you will be able to get to them when you can get to them. Don't feel guilty about it. Okay? That's the number one thing that I would say on, like, if you don't work your business because you don't have time to respond, then you're never going to do it, because you're never going to have time. But if you send out all those messages anyway, you just do it, and you're just like, you know what, I'm going to do what Rochelle said today, so I'm just going to do it. You send out all those messages, and then you get overwhelmed and you don't have time to message them back. Here's the thing. You're going to find time, right? You're going to find the time, because there's people in your inbox waiting on you. So you're going to find 10 minutes later in that day to be like, oh, I sent out those messages. I don't have time right now, but I will make time. Here's where you start working your business like a job. You start to make time. You start to make the time in the time that you don't have time. You start to make it, because you have all these people that need to be responded to. So you find the time to do it. But if you never take control and start working your business like a job every single day, and take quitting off the table and be consistent every single day, then you won't be successful. I just gave you guys the secret sauce. I did. And not only that, the second one that I mentioned was mindset. So with all of this that I've talked about, I promise I won't keep you guys very much longer, but with all of this that I've talked about, mindset, I truly believe that this business is 80% mindset and 20% work. 80% mindset. 80%. You guys, that is so much. If you are not right up here, if you are not positive, if you are not giving yourself good affirmations, telling yourself that you are worth it, that you can be diamond, that you will be diamond, if you are not telling yourself good things and your mind is focused on, well, my volume dropped this month, or I lost another loyal customer, or I can't seem to sign any loyal customers, I'm posting but nothing's working, I don't understand how so-and-so is doing so well, but I'm not. If you're comparing yourself, all those things, your business will start to spiral downward. It will start to spiral downward because what do you have to look forward to? What are you feeding your mind? What are you telling yourself? There's Farrah Montecalvo actually said one time, I watched a video that, or maybe she just told me, I can't remember what it was, but she would write on her mirror every single morning the amount of money that she needed to make. I have yet to do that. I don't know why, because it's something that has really stuck with me. So I might go write on my mirror what I want to make. But my point is, if you see it every day, if you believe it, if you tell yourself no matter what, you will get there and you take quitting off the table, you'll be successful. I promise you that. If you are not pouring into this business like it's a job, you won't be successful. And if you don't take control of your own business, it's not on me. If I signed you and you're like, Rochelle's not helping me enough, and this sounds really bad because bear with me for a second. If you're saying Rochelle's not helping me enough and I'm not being successful, if you're blaming somebody else because you're not being successful, you guys, let me tell you something. I didn't have somebody to do that. Thankfully, I had Shelby, Fair, and Ashley eventually in my business, but Shelby, Fair, Ashley didn't sign me. My enroller is no longer in this business and wasn't very much help when I first started. And here's the crazy thing. Hi, baby. You want to say hi? Hi, Rem. Hi. If you are thinking, well, I just need more help. If I just had more help, I could be more successful. Here's the thing. If you reach out to me, Fair, Ashley, Shelby, any of us, we're here. We're here 24/7. I will never turn you down. I will never say, go do this and not help you. I am always here to help you. But at some point, you have to take control of your own business and decide that, you know what? If I'm not understanding what charting is, I'm going to go find a video for my next rank. If I want to go executive, I'm going to look up trainings for executive. I'm going to look up charting for Ruby. I'm going to look up how to chart with It Works Global. I'm going to figure this out because I took quitting off the table and I'm going to figure this out. And if I'm not understanding it coming from Rochelle, then by gosh, I'm going to take matters into my own hands and I will be successful with this. That's what you guys have to be doing. If you're having a down day, you need to search self-development. You need to search how to, how to get motivated. You need to start listening to books and you need to start filling your mind with positive things. Okay, guys, sorry, I am on like a rant today, but I'm just so inspired and I want to see more people take responsibility for their businesses, because when you do, your business soars. It's unstoppable. When you take quitting off the table and you stop playing this little circle game in your mind of like, well, if it starts working for me, then I'll put more into it. If I start seeing money, maybe then I'll put more into it. Do it now. Work it like it's a job, like you have nothing to lose. And you'll be where I'm at 10 times faster. 10 times faster. Trust me. Take quitting off the table. And if you're feeling uninspired and you need a good video, actually what inspired me to do this live today was a really good video that I watched for self-development. So if you're feeling uninspired today, message me. Even if you're not on my team personally, message me and I'll send it to you. Because I want each and every one of you to take quitting off the table today. And I want you to decide what you're going to do with your business and how you're going to be consistent every single day, no matter what. just like with your weight loss goals, or just like with feeding your child. Do you know what I'm saying? Take quitting off the table and make it a priority every single day, and you will not be sorry. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys with that, and I hope that was helpful, and message me if you need some inspiration today.